Hello there, thanks for joining me on 7Edition. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi and these are your headlines. No plans to dismiss Azmin Ali, says Anwar. Youngest daughter in family of 5 becomes sole survivor of deadly crash in New Zealand. And over 40 killed in massive factory fire in India. Assalamualaikum and it's good to see you again. We begin the bulletin with this story. The 2019 PKR National Congress, which took place at the Malacca International Trade Centre, lowers its curtains today. The final day, however, saw many of the top leadership seats empty on the main stage. Ridwan Hussein reports.
Even those scheduled to deliver their winding-up speeches before the party president, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim this morning, his deputy, Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali, is a no-show on this final day. Also absent were the party vice president, Zuraida Kamaruddin, Wanita Chief Haniza Muhammad Talha, as well as the Central Leadership Council MPP members. This incident came after the policy speech debate session yesterday, which saw them left the Congress in protest as hundreds of delegates exited this conference hall in stages, leaving half of the seats unoccupied. The absence of the pro-Azmin camp led to several motions raised by party leaders in their winding-up speech, calling for disciplinary action to be taken against those who staged the walkout. This includes a motion by PKR Information Chief Datuk Sri Shamsul Iskandar Mat Akin, who described it as anti-democratic. Echoing the sentiment, Youth Chief Akmal Nasrullah Muhammad Nasir, who also hit out against the absent leaders, labelling them pretentious and insincere. Other speakers also described PKR as being too lenient, resulting in anarchists dominating the party and taking advantage of the president's openness and patience for personal gain.
Memang mudah sekarang nak ampu-ampu, nak kipas-kipas, berdiri-diri untuk menyatakan Anwar PM ke-8.
Party Vice President Tian Chua, however, was jeered when he slammed party members for being apple polishers and risked becoming extreme and obsessed about making its president Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim the next Prime Minister. Chua, who is reported to be in the pro-Azmin camp, had defended the supporters of the Deputy President who boycotted the Congress closing ceremony. PKR's 4-day annual Congress that started on Thursday has been racked by violence, walkouts and verbal attacks. The two factions cobbled together a fragile last-minute peace deal a day before, but it failed to last beyond 2 days. The youth meeting on Friday saw bloody brawls between the two factions, including one that spilled onto the street outside the meeting venue. Ridwan Hussein for 7Edition.
Meanwhile, at a press conference, Datuk Sri Anwar said there were no plans to dismiss his deputy president, Datuk Sri Azmin, as people must be given space for their voices to be heard. During Saturday's Congress, some speakers in debating the president's policy speech called Datuk Sri Azmin a traitor and wanted him to be sacked.
Ini hanya disuarakan oleh perwakilan, tetapi tidak ada pimpinan yang berespon, bersetuju. Saya tidak ada masalah untuk berbincang tentang hal ini. Tapi masalah yang disuarakan yang dengan kuat adalah sentimen parti mahu ianya bersatu dan tidak tolerate tolak ansur dengan apa yang mereka anggap yang menyimpang dari disiplin. Saya ni memang pemaaf lah. Tapi bukan soal peribadi ini. Tapi saya kena dengar juga suara dan sentimen. Saya tadi jawab, saya bagi pelakuan, saya dengar hasrat mereka. Jadi kena bagi ruang sedikitlah.
on the shared prosperity dinner organised by Datuk Sri Azmin at a hotel in Kuala Lumpur tonight. The PKR president confirmed that he was invited to the event. However, he would not be attending it as he had planned a special prayer program at his house. The Prime Minister is confident that the Pakatan Harapan government can withstand the internal conflicts breaking out in its largest component, PKR. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said some disagreement is to be expected in any party and stressed that he did not wish to be drawn into the matter.
Ini masalah dalaman PKR. Saya tak nak campur tangan. Apa dia punya pendapat, baguslah. Asalkan kita boleh kerjasama dan kita boleh tumbuh kerajaan yang berwibawa, itu saja yang saya nak. Tapi memanglah akan berlaku perselisihan faham dalam mana-mana kepimpinan pun. Tetapi saya yakin tak sehingga kita tidak dapat mengadakan Pakatan Harapan dan pemerintahan.
Tun Dr. Mahathir was commenting on claims by Deputy PKR President Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali that Party President Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim was overly concerned with the transfer of power as Prime Minister. Datuk Sri Anwar is presented as the Premier's immediate successor, but rumours persist that others harbour ambitions to be the next in line. The eldest daughter of a Malaysian family involved in a deadly road accident in New Zealand was confirmed to have died today. 15-year-old Nur Irfan Adanan was left fighting for her life after Friday's mishap on State Highway 1. News of her death now leaves the family of five's youngest daughter, 11-year-old Nur Arifah, as the sole survivor of the tragedy. The deceased will be buried in Christchurch on Monday instead of being repatriated to Sabah, as per the family members' wishes. Nur Arifah, meanwhile, is reported to be in a stable condition and is receiving treatment at the Wellington Hospital. Family members have arrived from Sabah to handle the funeral, with the Malaysian High Commission in Wellington assisting them. The Kuala Terengganu Sessions Court today charged a man with over 100 counts of sexual assault, including rape and sodomy. The victim, his own daughter, who turns 15 years old this year. The 45-year-old man allegedly committed the offences between August 14th and November 26th in their home in Kuala Berang. He is now facing a prison term of up to 30 years and whipping for rape, as well as a 20-year sentence for sodomy. The alleged abuse came to light on December 1st when the victim lodged a report with the police. Her father was then arrested the following day. The labourer reportedly separated with his wife some 11 years ago and is a father of 3. A 3-month-old baby in Tuaran, Sabah has been confirmed as the first polio victim, the first case reported in the country in 27 years. The baby boy tested positive for polio on Friday after being admitted to hospital with a fever and muscle weakness. Tests showed the child was infected with the polio strain that shared genetic links with the virus detected in the Philippine cases. An investigation in the area where the baby is from revealed that 23 of 199 children aged 2 months to 15 years old did not have the polio vaccine. The Health Ministry said it will carry out polio immunization in the area and expand it to other areas at risk to stop the spread of the virus. The last recorded case of polio in Malaysia was in 1992. In Sabah, over 100 people were detained in Kampung Likas, Kota Kinabalu, an area identified as a hot spot for drug activities. Among those nabbed were 10 drug traffickers, some of whom tried to flee by jumping into a river before being apprehended.
Saya bukan orang tidak kenal saya di mana. Selengkapnya itu si mesti itu berapa lama saya dia kenal sama saya. Sejol, semua, Sardan Daswa, Sardan Effendi, Sardan Sani.
The area was found to be dilapidated, with a stench emitting all around. It is believed that some of the villagers, especially illegal immigrants, had conspired with the drug traffickers. 7 local men and 3 foreigners tested positive for drugs. Police also seized shabu worth 1,440 ringgit. All those detained will be investigated under the Dangerous Drugs Act. Bukit Aman NCID Director Datuk Muhammad Khalil Kadir Mohammed said so far 4 syndicates have been foiled across Sabah and 37 in Peninsular Malaysia.
We'll be taking a short break, but coming up, Predator League sees teams battle for a bite of 24,000 ringgit prize pool. Details next. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi, and you're still with us on 7Edition. At least 43 people died in a factory fire in Sadar Bazaar, New Delhi, and 16 others were rushed to the hospital to be treated for burns and smoke inhalation. According to authorities, the patients were in a stable condition. The blaze broke out at about 5:30 a.m. in the city's old quarter, where narrow and congested lanes are lined with many small manufacturing and storage units. The Assistant Commissioner of Police in the commercial hub of Sadar Bazaar said most of the victims were sleeping when the fire broke out and died due to asphyxiation. According to New Delhi's Deputy Chief Fire Officer, a total of 59 people have been moved out of the building, some of who later died. He said they were labourers and factory workers sleeping inside the 4 or 5-storied building. The officer added that rescue operations continued after the fire had been extinguished, and they've yet to find the cause of the fire. Many factories and small manufacturing units in big Indian cities are located in old, cramped quarters of the cities, where the cost of land is relatively cheaper. Such units often serve as sleeping quarters for the poor, mostly migrant labourers and workers who manage to save money by sleeping overnight at their workplaces. Myanmar leader and Nobel Peace Prize laureate Aung San Suu Kyi departed for the UN's top court in The Hague to defend the country against charges of the genocide of its Rohingya Muslim minority. Gambia, a tiny, mainly Muslim West African country, filed a lawsuit in November accusing Buddhist-majority Myanmar of genocide, the most serious international crime against its Rohingya Muslim minority. During 3 days of hearings between December 10th and 12th, Gambia will ask the 16-member panel of UN judges at the International Criminal Court of Justice to impose provisional measures to protect the Rohingya before the case can be heard in full. More than 730,000 Rohingya fled Myanmar in 2017 after a brutal military-led crackdown was executed with genocidal intent, and this included mass killings and rape. Despite international condemnation over the campaign, Suu Kyi, whose government has defended the campaign as a legitimate response to attacks by Rohingya militants, remains overwhelmingly popular at home. Meanwhile, pro-Suu Kyi demonstrations have been held in major towns and cities since the news was announced that she would attend the hearings in person. Billboards with her picture and the words "Stand with Suu Kyi" have also been erected around the country. Now it's time for My Game On with the latest esports and gaming news. Hundreds have gathered for the final day of the Malaysian leg of Acer Predator League 2020 to see who will be crowned champions. The winning team for PUBG will walk away with 10,000 ringgit cash prize along with gaming merchandise. Let's join our reporter Wan Izul Islam now attending the finals.
Thank you very much, Kak Ras. A very good evening. Assalamualaikum. Happening here in Battle Arena, Petaling Jaya, Selangor, of course, is the final leg of the Malaysian PUBG Acer Predator League 2020. 16 teams have gathered here to compete against one another to get that crucial winner chicken dinner. It's a two-day event happening from Saturday and Sunday. Today being the last day, we've got, of course, those 16 teams playing in 12 rounds of PUBG, Players Unknown Battleground, in two different maps, Miramar and Erangel, both in first-person shooter as well as third-person shooter. Of course, after those 12 rounds, the team with the most points tallied after getting winner chicken dinners or the most amount of kills will be crowned the champions or the winners of the Malaysian leg for Acer Predator League PUBG Finals. Now, to talk to us a little bit more about these winners, we've got ourselves the Senior Product Manager from Acer Malaysia, Jeffrey Lai. Jeff, thank you for joining us, Jeff. So tell me, the winners here for the Malaysia leg of the PUBG Acer Predator League 2020, what will happen? What will they get?
Yeah, so in Malaysia, when they win this grand finals in Malaysia, they will be bringing home a top prize pool of 10,000 ringgit together with some cool accessories as well. And they represent Malaysia to go to Manila and be a part of the Asia Pacific Predator League Grand Finals. Yeah.
Asia Pacific Predator Finals. That sounds like a huge event. So it's going to be happening next year. You say, where exactly is it going to be happening? From what date? And
Yeah, so next year it will be happening in Manila, Philippines, from the 21st to 23rd of February, and it will be comprised of 16 winners from 16 different countries, and there will be 2 different games. We'll be playing PUBG and Dota 2 as well. And the grand prize pool of that Asia Pacific Predator League will be $400,000 US.
Wow, $400,000. That's a huge prize pool for them to fight against. 2 games, Dota 2, PUBG. Of course, we've got our Malaysian representatives for Dota 2, Flower Gaming, heading there already. So today we'll be deciding who the Malaysian PUBG team will be going to the Asia Pacific Predator League Finals in Manila. Now, what about the future for Acer Predator League?
Well, so far this is the 3rd installment of the Predator League around the Asia Pacific and also in Malaysia, and we have been receiving great and positive feedbacks from this Predator League gaming competition, and we have also been receiving numerous amounts of applications as well, and we will definitely be running for the 4th edition of the Predator League. And do stay tuned till the closing ceremony of the Asia Pacific Predator League happening by the end of February, and we will be announcing the next location.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Jeffrey. It was an honor to meet you again. All right. So there you have it from Jeffrey Lai, the Senior Product Manager from Acer Malaysia. We've got so much to look forward to, including Season 4 or Edition 4 of the Acer Predator League Grand Finals. Of course, later today will be the prize-giving ceremony, which will happen around 8 to 9 p.m., where they'll crown the champion for the Malaysia leg of the PUBG Acer Predator League here in Malaysia. Of course, we've also got some other interesting activities here at the location. We've got a lot of booths open where visitors can come play games such as Beat Saber, FIFA, Tekken. We've also got a lucky draw where one lucky winner will win a pair of tickets to Manila, Philippines for that Asia Pacific Predator League Grand Finals. Now, that's all from myself, Wanizul Islam, and my cameraman, Muhammad Abdul Razak. Let's head on to the Grand Finals as well as the prize-giving ceremony. Let's strap in. Thank you very much, Russ. See you again soon.
Thank you, Wanizul, for those updates. I like that hat. Anyway, we'll be taking a short break, but coming up, man keeps calm even in the presence of an uninvited guest. Details next. Now let's hop on to Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. A clip of a chair swiveling on its own went viral recently. Twitter user Helmi Anwar posted a video of him experiencing of what he claimed a supernatural encounter at first. But what happens next sparked debates among Twitter Jaya citizens. The 36-second clip posted on Thursday raked in over 315,000 views. Take a look. A real supernatural encounter? Or is this guy just trolling us?
Jangan pusing-pusing. Aku nak makan nasi saat ni. Hai, makin laju. Nasi banyak je, macam mana nak lari?
To no surprise, this viral video drew a slew of attention from citizens of Twitter Jaya. Some Twitter detectives came up with theories as to what supernatural entity was possibly sitting in the chair. One user even shared her misadventures of bumping into a spirit one night and woke up to bite marks on her toe, but she couldn't care less because she was tired. Others were amused at how Helmi didn't give a hoot about the ghoul and continued to savour his meal. As the video continued to blow up and surpass 10,000 retweets, Helmi confessed that ghosts had nothing to do with the swivelling chair, saying that it did so as they were on a moving ship. You got to hand it to the guy. Now updated as of 7 p.m. Here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. One of the world's most difficult motor races, the Rainforest Challenge RFC 2019, returned to Malaysia for its 24th edition. Drivers and their off-road vehicles were challenged with many obstacles as they competed in the country's toughest climate and terrain. Wan Izul Islam again has the details.
Welcome to the auto segment with me, Wan Izul Islam. Now, as you can see behind me, I'm in Bukit Panau, Pasir Mas, Kelantan, attending the Rainforest Challenge. What is the Rainforest Challenge? It is one of the top 10 most difficult motor races in the world, where 450 participants from 20 countries are battling it out through the most dense tropical rainforest in Malaysia, as well as during the monsoon season. Let's go find out more. The Rainforest Challenge Grand Finale, held in Kelantan, is the final event for the RFC Global Series, a worldwide off-road racing circuit spanning 25 nations with 45 events. 35 teams from all over the world will take part in the 4x4 competition, with the best combination of man and machine trying to overcome 50 special stages. The route will take participants across Kota Baru, Pasir Mas, Tanah Merah, Kuala Krai, and will end at Gua Musang on December 8th.
Yeah, on the route will be, of course, there will be special stages are made even more difficult because of the rain, and the obstacles will be uphill, downhill. You know, they got to do winching and they got to do all kinds of things. So driver and co-driver, man, machine, is the ultimate challenge here.
Challenging stages of the race have been divided into uniquely named courses, including Predator, Terminator, and Twilight Zone. Drivers have to navigate through endless, steep downhill and uphill terrain, cross V-gullies, tropical swamps, and steer around several mud pools. Vehicles will only stop at petrol stations for refueling before continuing their journey into Kelantan's unforgiving off-road logging trails. So now, as you can see behind me, is one of the special stages during the Rainforest Challenge, where Vehicles have to travel up a muddy slope and rough terrain to get to the next checkpoint. Unfortunately, the car behind me, you see, did not make it and is currently stalled or stuck in the mud. Modified 4x4 vehicles will use special engine oil and diesel fuel, sponsored by event partners Petron, to combat the terrain and climate. However, a combination of skill and precision is needed to overcome the challenges of the dense forest, along with the participants' knowledge of their own vehicle limitations.
Apa yang perlu kita ada satu winch yang dimodified, tak sama dengan winch yang ada di kereta yang dipakai oleh orang biasa. Tayar, kegunaan tayar adalah special tayar yang betul-betul untuk kegunaan challenge saja. Dan kereta ni kebanyakannya dimodified daripada engine, gearbox.
Participants who are able to brave through the Rainforest Challenge will be highly recognized as one of the world's best off-road drivers. International recognition will be given to teams who surpass the competition stages that allows for motoring clubs to earn prestigious incentives and sponsorship rewards. One is Islam for 7Edition.
On to updates of Day 8 of the 2019 SEA Games. Let's take a look at the current standings. As of 7:30 p.m, the Malaysian contingent to the Manila SEA Games has amassed 40 gold, 37 silver and 50 bronze medals and is placed 6th among 11 participating nations. Malaysia's chef de mission, Datuk Megat Zulkarnain Omar Din, is still confident that the 70 gold target is still within reach. Now, a new Miss Universe will be crowned tomorrow, succeeding the reigning Queen Philippines, Catriona Gray. 90 women from across the globe are in Atlanta, Georgia for the 68th edition of the competition. Visuals of these beautiful women preparing for the coronation night tomorrow wraps up 7 Edition. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi. Thanks for watching and till meet again. Assalamu alaikum.